noting that some inmates were even provided repatriation money upon release. He urged the public to continue supporting the service in its rehabilitation mission.
That payment of fines and the compensation is a very charitable thing to do. It helps the federal government a lot. But when an individual wants to do it, he should follow the example of the Honorable Minister, whereas inmates were choosing, and the compensation, the fine were paid, and the inmates were even given repatriation money.
As the panel continued its hearing, proposed reforms, particularly the Victim Compensation Trust Fund, signal a shift toward balancing justice for victims with the rehabilitation of offenders. For the correctional service, the challenge remains how to manage overcrowding while ensuring that punishment, fines, and compensation serve their intended purpose without leaving inmates or victims stranded in the process. In Abuja, I am Chimize Zedima for Signature TV.
Health is more than a diagnosis. It's your lifestyle, your choices, and your future. Join us on Inside Health, your weekly deep dive into the stories, science, and solutions shaping your well-being. From expert interviews to real-life journeys of healing and hope, we cover it all.
One of the complications of cancer management or treatment is they have some of them, at one point in time, you see them having anemia. Okay, so you see them at times being transfused. But at the same time, you come in with a diet.
Nutrition, mental health, innovations in medicine, fitness, and everyday wellness. Whether you're managing a condition, staying informed, or just living your best life, Inside Health is your trusted guide.
I'm Chigichi Agorom, and I'll be with you every week on Inside Health, only on Signature TV.
Signature TV, news in your pocket.
The way we see the world shapes the way we change it. Gender isn't just a checkbox, it's a lens, one that helps us understand the world more deeply and act more fairly. Gender Perspectives, a program for those ready to see more, do more, and be more. Designed to challenge assumptions, ignite conversations, and build inclusive solutions across every sector of society.
We are not, fighting the men. We are not saying we are equal in terms of rights. We're only asking they should recognize our existence.
Join us on Gender Perspectives, showing every Saturday by 4 p.m. Repeat every Wednesdays by 5 p.m. and Thursdays by 3 p.m. Change begins with perspective. Let's widen yours.
New every morning on Signature TV, we open the day for you with needed energy, information, and required vibes to shape your day. From sizzling snippets of stories in various areas of life to intriguing conversations with net worth guests.
When you have people who have no track record becoming your leaders, you have a problem. There's no outstanding gratuity when Obi took over from me. I left in all the accounts of Anambra State 13.8 billion for him.
Your day cannot be complete without Signature Morning on weekdays and Signature New Day on weekends. There is no better way to start your day except Signature Morning and Signature New Day every day on Signature TV.
Every second, every minute, every day, news is breaking, events occur, and there are new developments. At Signature TV, we follow these stories objectively, bringing all sides without bias, explaining the complex issues, breaking down the numbers, and investigating the issues behind the news. Anywhere and everywhere, near or far, wherever the news is, we will be there. Signature TV. News in your pocket.
Health is more than a diagnosis. It's your lifestyle, your choices, and your future. Join us on Inside Health, your weekly deep dive into the stories, science, and solutions shaping your well-being. From expert interviews to real-life journeys of healing and hope, we cover it all.
One of the complications of cancer management or treatment is they have some of them, at one point in time, you see them having anemia. Okay, so you see them at times being transfused. But at the same time, you come in with a diet.
Nutrition, mental health, innovations in medicine, fitness, and everyday wellness. Whether you're managing a condition, staying informed, or just living your best life, Inside Health is your trusted guide.
I'm Tigiti Agorom, and I'll be with you every week on Inside Health, only on Signature TV.
Right Reverend Ebon, who is holding his second synod since he assumed office as Bishop of Oji River, anchored his sermon on the theme of the synod, which is Occupy Till I Come. He stressed the need for integrity, wisdom, and spiritual guardians in leadership.
We came to have synod here in the spiritual realm that we program the synod will come here today. If not, it will not come.
From St. John's Abada Alachi, the event shifted to St. Paul's Cathedral, Oji River, where the bishop performed the investiture of 4 outstanding personalities, including Dr. Kingsley Eze, Rear Admiral Kennedy Ezete, Ifeoma Egboonu, and Eunice Uzoigwe, into the Order of the Knight of St. Paul. The bishop administered the oath on the new knights, highlighting the spiritual importance of their calling.
I admit him as member and hereby invest you into the order of the Knight of St. Paul. The same is true of the total of authority and blessings, and these are the spirits. And may the Lord be with you, and yours, you are going out and you are coming from this time forth and forevermore.
Among those that were conferred with the knighthood was Dr. Kingsley Eze, the Group Chief Executive Officer of Tennessee Holdings Limited, a reputable conglomerate with interest in information, technology, real estate, manufacturing, and agriculture. Dr. Eze said he was humbled and honored to be made a knight in the Anglican Church, where he was brought up with a sound Christian principles.
The history of knighthood is a chronicle of ordinary men over the years who dedicated their life for the defense and promotion and development of the gospel of Jesus Christ. So for me, it's an honor for the recognition, but most importantly, it's also a burden. It's a burden understanding what is expected of me, and I can only pray that God helps me.
He pled to continue using all he has in serving God and humanity to justify his new calling.
My promise to the church is that I will continue to be myself. I will continue to be a defender and a supporter of the gospel of Jesus Christ. I'll continue to do anything I can in my powers to make sure that the gospel of Jesus Christ is propagated and that the church is established the way Christ desired it. That's my commitment, and I can only pray that God helps me.
Mrs. Ifeoma Egboonu, wife of the bishop who was made a dame, the title for female knight, said her investiture will embolden her the more in her work of evangelism. She said that no sacrifice or effort is ever enough in spreading the gospel of salvation.
I feel taking a responsibility to God's call. And as I said earlier on, it's not about the title, it's all about the responsibility. If God has called you to be a partner with him in his vineyard, It is an honor, so I feel honored and I feel privileged. So I'm not taking it for granted. It's like God trusting you to entrust something into your hands.
The president of the Council of Knights of the Oji River Diocese, Amos Nwokoro, expressed joy at the investiture of the new knights and expressed the hope that they will help in pushing the various projects being initiated by Bishop Ebono in Oji River.
And we as council members, we are his backbone. There is no way we can go back. So we must follow him. He is actually in a 100 meters dash, and we are equal to the task as Council of Knights.
The work said by the diocese under the new bishop is no doubt numerous, and the pledge by the knights reflects their devotion and commitment to fostering spiritual growth and contributing to the church's mission. This is in line with the ancient order of knighthood rooted in the rich traditions of the Anglican Church, which requires members to embody the values of courage, compassion, and humility as they strive to serve Christ and their community with unwavering dedication. From Oji River, Ugonne Owalo, reporting for Signature TV.
We are local.
The international community is observing
Why the main market is in chaos. People
We are national.
Those in support of this motion as amended, say aye. Aye.
We have taken the vote by default.
We are international.
Israeli airstrikes.
Donald Trump left us the worst unemployment.
Signature TV, news in your pocket.
Signature TV, news in your pocket.
Bright and early as the day breaks, as the newspaper headlines trail the stories that shape the day. We at Signature TV trail the headlines that trail the day. We interrogate the headlines. We analyze the stories that make the headlines.
Why is overrated, and they even overrated themselves and went into CBT. They are insensitive of some Nigerian children who have never had what they call CBT.
With passion and emotion, we drive the conversation to change a narrative.
Let nobody be deceived by Nigerian high level of performing in agriculture export. We are still where we are.
Newspaper review on Signature TV every morning on Signature Morning, weekdays, and Signature New Day, weekends. Newspaper review on Signature TV. We do not just review the headlines, we make the headlines relevant to our daily lives.
Health is more than a diagnosis. It's your lifestyle, your choices, and your future. Join us on Inside Health, your weekly deep dive into the stories, science, and solutions shaping your well-being. From expert interviews to real-life journeys of healing and hope, we cover it all.
One of the complications of cancer management or treatment is they have some of them, at one point in time, you see them having anemia. Okay, so you see them at times being transfused. But at the same time, you come in with a diet.
Nutrition, mental health, innovations in medicine, fitness, and everyday wellness. Whether you're managing a condition, staying informed, or just living your best life, Inside Health is your trusted guide.
I'm Tigiti Agorom, and I'll be with you every week on Inside Health, only on Signature TV.
New every morning on Signature TV. We open the day for you with needed energy, information, and required vibes to shape your day. From sizzling snippets of stories in various areas of life to intriguing conversations with net worth guests.
When you have people who have no track record becoming your leaders, you have a problem. There's no outstanding gratuity when Obi took over from me. I left in all the accounts of Anambra State 13.8 billion for him.
Your day cannot be complete without Signature Morning on weekdays and Signature New Day on weekends. There is no better way to start your day except Signature Morning and Signature New Day every day on Signature TV.
Signature TV, news in your pocket.
Get plugged into the heartbeat of entertainment on The Hub, your ultimate show on eVibes. From trending stories and social media drama to top charting music, must-watch movies and exciting moments from the world of arts, we've got it all. Join us for unmissable conversations with your favorite entertainment personalities, plus fun segments every week.
I should try harder, so...
Okay, I don't know that one.
Outfit of the day.
Oh, I don't do that. That's some Gen Z stuff.
Oh, now you say it's a Gen Z stuff.
It's everything you love about entertainment, served fresh every week at 1 p.m. with weekend repeats just in case you missed it. The Hub's on eVibes, where the vibes never stop. Only on Signature TV.
Signature TV, news in your pocket.
On October 1, 1960, the Nigeria Independence Act 1960 took effect, making Nigeria a sovereign state. Princess Alexandra of Kent, representing Queen Elizabeth II, formally presented the instruments of independence to Prime Minister Abubakar Tafawa Balewa at the Lagos Racecourse. The Union Jack was lowered and Nigeria's new green-white-green flag was raised, symbolizing the birth of the new nation.
Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. Though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians old and proud to serve our sovereign fatherland.
Gaining full sovereignty from the Great Britain was a paradigm shift in the history of Nigeria. Prime Minister Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa gave the first Independence Day speech after the handover.
The country which I have the honor to represent, the Federation of Nigeria, became independent and assumed the rights and the responsibilities of a sovereign state. Today, Nigeria has been admitted into the United Nations organization and assumes still more responsibilities. On behalf of my countrymen in Nigeria, I thank you all most sincerely for accepting us as a fellow member in this organization. We are properly grateful for this recognition and for the generous and friendly gesture made by so many members who sent very distinguished delegations to join us in celebrating our accession to independence.
Elder statesman and former Commissioner for Education, Ndukaya, narrated that the first 6 years after independence, Nigeria experienced tremendous achievements. This was, however, truncated by the 1966 military coup.
Generally, Nigerians did well. Whether it was under Nnamdi Azikiwe as Governor General, or whether it was under Okpara, Osadebe, Awolowo, Akintola, Ahmadu Bello, as regional premiers, we did well. At the level of the entire country, we established 3 midway tertiary institutions: the Nigerian Colleges of Arts in Enugu, Science in Ibadan, and Technology in Zaria. Many of them have now become full-fledged universities. Come on, man. I think Nigeria did well. They showed expertise. And you can pinpoint this in the first 6 years of our independence. 1966, something happened. They thought that corruption was coming into the system of the way we govern ourselves. And that's what brought about the first coup in January 1966. That's where things started going wrong.
To many Nigerians, October 1st represents much more than just a date.
So it's a time.
Signature TV, news in your pocket.
Today is Wednesday, the 22nd day of April 2026. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. You're watching Signature Morning on Signature TV. A very good morning to you. I'm Uchenna Chimdi Olwoha, and we'll go on a break. When we return, we'll look at our newspaper headlines and review. Welcome back. Now looking at the headlines, starting with the Punch newspaper. It says, alleged coup plot, Silva, 5 others arraigned. Officers' wives seek justice. The Vanguard, the major headline says, alleged coup, ex-minister Silva, retired general. Others charged with treason. So we have that Tinubu removes Edu Dangiwa as ministers. On the Nigerian Tribune, it says apprehension as Supreme Court hears PDP ADC appeals. More defections at House of Reps. PDP loses 5 members. APC 2 members. On the Nation newspaper, the major headline says Oyedele replaces Edun as Minister of Finance, with Rider ex-minister lists achievements. President nominates Dharma to take over from dropped Housing Minister Dangiwa. On the Daily Trust, the major headline says that Silva, others charged over plot to oust Tinubu. El Rufai to remain in custody. El Rufai to remain in custody till June. And on The Guardian has the major headline on page 6, anxiety in opposition as Supreme Court decides fate of ADC, LP, PDP today. Okay, so we've covered the major headlines in these newspapers. So let's review these headlines with Chris Maduka. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Uche, and good morning, dear people of the world. Welcome to another day on Signature TV, Signature Morning newspaper review.
Right, okay, let's look at the headlines. The Punch newspaper and other newspapers says that the alleged coup plot Silva, 5 others arraigned, charged with treason.
Well, the issue of treason, and at the time is coming because they were accused, they were arrested. We didn't even hear about Silva being arrested. I think he was on the run before, but now it's like he's has been arrested. He's in their custody, and he should appear, or if not in the custody, he should appear and face the music of the allegation of having plotted to oust the president, incumbent president, President Ahmed Bola Tinubu, GCFR, the President of Federal Republic of Nigeria, with his group. A lot of people have been saying so many things, but when it comes to the issue of coup or trying to take over government by force and all that kind of thing, it's beyond what we can sit down in a seat like this to review. We only ask Nigerians that justice at our level, especially in this critical matter, should be, should be delivered. Otherwise, it will leave a lot of sour taste in our mouth. So we ask that the federal government, in their wisdom, everybody involved should make sure that this is real, that is proven, and they get their due justice. And let it not be that it has political connotation, because at the point it's coming up, a lot of people might read it as having political connotation. But in the first place, what is happening in Nigeria now that does not have political connotation? So it's something that the federal government and the ruling party APC, led by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, should be very critical and very, 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 careful in their disposition, because it might solve one problem, create many more. And in a complex Nigeria, in a fragile state we are now, we shouldn't be doing things that we also put more attention in the polity. That's what I can say about it.
Okay, now Tinubu removes Edun Dangiwa as ministers and replaces Edun with Oyedele as Minister of Finance. Yeah,
the people, there is a saying in my dialect, which is Igbo. It said that isimpi nona pampi. The goat lying on the ground is lying on his skin. That the goat head is inside the goat's bag. Whatever that means in this case, it means that from Edu to Yedele, and it tells anybody who is on political appointment in Nigeria that you are buying time, because at any time your boss will always find one reason to remove you and replace you with another. It shows also in Nigeria that no one is indispensable. Anybody can be removed and changed. God bless Nigeria with a lot of human resources. So it's like we have a lot of people who can handle and be in different positions. Our greatest problem has been how it has been appointed. Winner takes it all. Most of times, a lot of people have complained of being profiled for a particular tribes in Nigeria. And a complex Nigeria where you have almost, people say we have up to 450, they keep increasing number of tribes. And each tribe in a complex nation of Commonwealth Nigeria is looking for a way to get their own share of appointment, our own share of the Commonwealth, our own share of the resources, both natural and the one we generate. So when it is tilted towards one particular tribe, it leaves a sour taste in the mouth. It shows that when we are talking about one Nigeria, it's always a winner takes it all. When I get there, I dispose power among the favorite kinsmen, and then what happens to the others? If the replacement with what people have said over time has tried to shift from where it has been based, and then in towards another ethnic group in Nigeria, probably you will see a very clear signs that the government at the center is trying to unify, to try to delegate among those to bring people together. But like I always say, from the point that the presidency, the president of Federal Republic of Nigeria is making his appointment, and from the point he's looking at Nigeria, the view must be very clear, clearer for him. But we on the ground may not understand, and that's why when we want to talk about it, we talk about it from the point of our understanding. So it's not about condemnation. I said, and who wouldn't want a kinsman to be Minister of Finance of Nigeria? You know what that means? So if you have almost all the juicy appointments tilted to one ethnic group in Nigeria, we are saying, if I want to review, if you ask my opinion, said if it's balanced and spread across the ethnic groups in Nigeria, probably will be coming about unification and more peace. And those are the ones who even help to push the envelope of the party to other ethnic groups. But you cannot take juicy appointment and give it to a certain group of people, and when it comes to work, you expect everybody to go to the field to work, to return the party to second tenure. They has advisors, and all of them are qualified, so we wish them luck. And the new appointees, well, you have a job facing you. You have seen, when they say the allusion we always use, like a proverb of bone and silence. When a slave sees how a fellow slave is buried, he should know such fate awaits him when it is time.
All right. Nigerian Tribune says that apprehension as Supreme Court hears PDP ADC appeals. We are still seeing more defections to the APC. Damagum and others commence contempt proceeding against Anyanwu and Amopito.
Well, the contempt proceedings, PDP, all the issues, most Nigerians will want to be save that crisis, problem of confusion that has bedeviled the PDP for a long time. We will be expecting any positive result from them, not still about going to court, contempt of court, who is a struggle. And we have few months for them to face election. It shows that they are like what they say they are. That have been damned for they have been caused to extinction, and they've damned themselves to destruction. So when it's all members of PDP gathered together telling themselves lies and decided that they go to court at every minute, from one court to another, of who occupy Wadata House and all that kind of thing, wish the luck. You cannot tell somebody, look at your mouth, look at how your mouth looks when you are eating your own thing. They are eating their own thing, which is PDP, and however way their mouth looks is their wahala. More defections and more defections, it's no more news in Nigeria. Nigerian politicians do not have ideology. They are stomach-driven politicians. Remember the originator of stomach infrastructure, Fayose, of those days. Now, when he brought it then, we thought it was a joke. But we have found it played out in Nigerian politics. You wake up this morning, collect one mandate from another party, and the other next day somebody say, hey, show you a few things, and then you jump ship without looking back. And then Nigerian politicians are like a bicycle rider that visited your house. When you are seeing the person off, and immediately he climbs his bicycle, he will give you the backside, and off he go. So we wish them luck. I don't know how long Nigeria will play around with clueless, ideologyless politicians who come at all times to deceive people. Because there must be something you are selling to the people. You are not selling defection. You are not selling fair weather when it is convenient. You are selling something that you believe in a principle. Nigerian politicians are principleless, ideologyless, and they are driven by their stomach. There's one place in the Bible they say that some people governed by their appetite. I think Nigerian politicians are governed by their appetite. At all times they've explained it. And when their followers, who also they have weaponized poverty over time, find themselves running after them at anywhere they go, because the Igbo say no onye jigu ke ewu na-eso. They have collected all the money and held it. And then anywhere they go, even when people do not believe in their policy, still shout their praises and follow them. So even Nigerian electorate and Nigerian citizens have a share of the blame. If I believe that I voted you for a reason and somehow you jump the gun and jump into another place, and then I should be able to not to think about you again. I look for somebody who will replace you and give me that reason why I voted. Even ask Nigerian electorate, what are they voting for? Are they voting for ideology, principles? Are they voting for progress of Nigeria? Are they voting for people who are they voting for integrity? Are they voting for tribal affiliation, religious affiliations, political affiliations? And that kind of a voting pattern of Nigerians has led us to where we are. And somebody will quickly say, that is if where the vote counts and if those votes are meant anything. So people just go about, we're just moving. And they say, rolling stone gathers no moss. Just like the rolling politicians, I don't know what moss they gather. But you ask me, they gather moss because they collect money. And when they get over the positions, they go back there, sit down and make sure that what is accruable, whatever is the benefit, the emolument for their political positions is high, so that they make up for all this jumping around. Because it also costs to jump. You need energy to jump.
All right. We have on the headlines, COVID-19 returns to Nigeria. Cross River confirms case, activates emergency response. And on another headline, it says that the Chinese down with virus.
This is something we cannot gloss over. If COVID-19 is being pushed again into Nigeria and being promoted to bring us to, now you ask, so where are we going? Can we survive another COVID epidemic in Nigeria? And if Cross River is talking about, I don't know what to say, the Chinese say they will do, whatever is begin to link to Chinese again, we have to be careful, because if that one happens now, the way we are, with hardship, hunger, with Nigeria, everybody thinking about 2027, that means Nigerians will half of Nigerian population would have gone before 2027, before the people who will look at what to do to us will even think about it. But then when it's a kind of epidemic like COVID-19, nobody is immune to it. So whether you are thinking about 2027 or you are thinking about when you finish 2007 to begin to take interest in what's happening, if it's true and it comes, which there's no rumor, there's no every element of truth in any rumor. So let's take it as rumor now. But Nigerians should sit up and know what they do, because there is nothing. If anybody falls sick in Nigeria now, like the Christians normally sing, ENUGU akwụgwọ, it means heaven will be the person who will pay the insurance. Otherwise, look at where we are. Look at our health situation. Look at Nigeria political situation. Look at our structure. Look at our economic situation. Look at our educational situation. Look at our transport situation. Look at our life. Look at tariffs and high cost of living. And then you add COVID again. And they say, no, when they say sickness has not gone round, and you now say the person who has swollen stomach should also have COVID. If not, have hepatitis B and carry HIV and then tuberculosis. And that means the person is already gone. Nigeria is in that state that if we can also whatever we are doing now, banditry and terrorism, then you add it with high cost of living, then you add COVID-19 and look at our health situation. Can our health structure, our health situation in Nigeria handle such epidemic now? Only God and the people involved should answer the question. But I'm afraid. And it's given me a lot of things to chew in my mind, meaning Nigeria is not at home.
Okay, still on this NBC, the NGE flays attempt by NBC to gag broadcasters, and they are saying that it's a threat to broadcasters and it's injurious to journalism.
Well, it's our constituency, and we as Signature TV, we're making an effort to bring practicing journalists and people to talk about it. I think even today in our lineup, there's going to be, in fact, that's the only thing that all our guests will be talking about today. We want to look at, is NBC really regulating or gagging? Because at the point, is NBC that will answer that question? Because there, we all grew up to know that NBC is the regulatory body of Nigerian broadcast media sector. Now, if the person who we have come out to go and watch is looking dusty and dirty and haggard, that means there is fear. Because there is fear among us as broadcasters. Because that point is coming up now. Anytime the election is coming near, that's when you find NBC coming up with this kind of thing. Then you ask yourself, where have they been? If it's not linked to politics, if it's not linked to what's happening in Nigeria. But they are the people who answer the question, because the question we have been asking, are they regulating or gagging? If they are gagging, that's the dangerous part of it. If they are regulating, they are doing their job. So the choice is up to NBC to know what they do, because they will remember 2027 elections will come and go, and they will remain with us as broadcasters, and they will be answering our regulator. It was a joke. Somebody who said Abraham took Isaac to go and sacrifice Isaac, but when God provided the sacrificial lamb, and Isaac and his father were going home. The joke said, as they're going home, Abraham said, Isaac, he said, oh, don't call me. you terrorist and bandit. You wanted to sacrifice me. You know, that kind of thing. So if after 2027, NBC will still look at us as people that are regulating, if they select time to deal with us, will after 2027, we have that confidence to say, we have a regulator, we have confidence in them, they are doing their job. That's where they have to be very, very critical, and they must handle it very well, because they are playing the devil's advocate, and they have to do their job very well. So I do not jealous anybody who finds themselves at the helm of affairs of NBC at this time, because once the politicians finish what they are going to do, and they want to look at the media because I can't be a media practitioner in Nigeria. There is bandit and terror, I won't talk about it. There is defection, I won't talk about it. If there is no conducive environment for the opposition, I won't talk about it, or I won't report it, or I won't give platform for those who want to talk about it, because they're not supposed to hold opinion. So these are some of the things we have to look at. So NBC will be the person who answer that question. Yeah, well, is NBC regulating or gagging? So I push the question back to them.
Well, thank you so much, Chris Maduka, for the review as always.
Thank you, Che. Thank you. And God bless everyone who has joined us this morning. As always, you have always been with Signature TV. We have always pleaded with you to follow us. We are going somewhere. And as you grow with us, we'll grow together. The more, the merrier. God bless you. God bless Nigeria. God bless Signature TV. God bless me too. Then remember that God's blessings are meant for those who deserve to be blessed. Thank you.
All right, that is it for our newspaper headlines and review. We'll go on a break and we'll be back shortly.
Every second, every minute, every day, news is breaking, events occur, and there are new developments. At Signature TV, we follow these stories objectively, bringing all sides without bias, explaining the complex issues, breaking down the numbers, and investigating the issues behind the news. Anywhere and everywhere, near or far, wherever the news is, we will be there. Signature TV. News in your pocket.
We are local.
The international community is observing every
Right, the main market is in chaos. People
Those in support of this motion as amended, say aye. Aye.
We have taken the vote by default.
We are international.
Israeli airstrikes. Donald Trump left us the worst unemployment.
Signature TV, news in your pocket.
Signature TV, news in your pocket. Every second, every minute, every day, news is breaking, events occur, and there are new developments. At Signature TV, we follow these stories objectively, bringing all sides without bias, explaining the complex issues, breaking down the numbers, and investigating the issues behind the news. Anywhere and everywhere, near or far, wherever the news is, we will be there. Signature TV, news in your pocket.
We are local.
International communities observing
Why the main market is in chaos. People are
We are national.
Those in support of this motion as amended, say aye. Aye.
We have taken the vote by default.
We are international.
Israeli airstrikes. Donald Trump left us the worst unemployment.
Signature TV, news in your pocket. New every morning on Signature TV, we open the day for you with needed energy, information, and required vibes to shape your day. From sizzling snippets of stories in various areas of life to intriguing conversations with net worth guests.
When you have people who have no track record becoming your leaders, you have a problem. There's no outstanding gratuity when Obi took over from me. I left in all the accounts of Anambra State 13.8 billion for him.
Your day cannot be complete without Signature Morning on weekdays and Signature New Day on weekends. There is no better way to start your day except Signature Morning and Signature New Day every day on Signature TV.
Signature TV, news in your pocket.